Here we are, only 2 days left on the advent calendar. We've been all the way back to M14 up to right about now with New Capenna. Yeah, we've been up and down the year through this. So I'm not really sure what we're going to find next. We've had Masters, we've had Modern Horizons. Let's look behind door number 23 and see what booster pack is there here today. Okay. Sticking with the more modern Crimson Vow. Back to the set booster game. So we've went through Midnight Hunt, double feature, and now we've got the last one. So we have hit the trifecta. Let me see, what's in Crimson Vow? You've got the Commander lands that are the, if you have at least two, they come in untapped. You've got Chandra Dressed to Kill, Kaya. Ooh, Olivia is still pretty decent as well. And, oh, of course, the Cultivator Colossus. Yeah, so there is a good few things, actually, heading inside Crimson Vow. I need to remember, of course, the rules, because I'm opening a set booster. I need to make sure that I am looking the other way. There's also the one in so little chance, because this is a set booster, and I remember it was in the list back in Innistrad. There is the chance that if there is a list card inside, it could be a Cavern of Souls or a Vampiric Tutor hiding. Let me see now. So art card first. And this is the Aura card that either gives +2/+2 or makes a land tap for 2, I believe. Nature's Embrace. Sounds about right. Okay. Well, let's start off. Once again, these black and white basic lands. I'm still a little bit torn about them. Some of them definitely look a lot better in the treatment than others, but the glossy blue is really nice on there. Just exceptionally difficult and confusing to look across the table from sometimes, though. Unholy Efficient. 1 mana for a 1/2 Vampire Cleric with Vigilance. 4 and a white, put a +1 counter on him. Trying to think back to Innistrad Limited, but yeah, I've played this guy. He's done some stuff. From 1 Vampire Cleric to a Human Cleric, Traveling Minister. 1 mana for a 1/1 Human Cleric and you tap. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. You gain 1 life. Only uses a sorcery. So this went with the Mentor mechanic that went into here for training up your troops. So, yeah. Making 1 creature stronger so it can give another one a quick apprenticeship. Heron of Hope. 3 and a white for a 2/3 bird with flying. If you would gain life, gain that much life +1 instead. And 1 and a white, Heron of Hope gains lifelink until end of turn. This was a surprising bomb. Or at the very least, this could take games where you were losing and just pull you back so hard. It was not funny. Innistrad as a whole through Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow was really such a grindy format. Flyers were a premium like you wouldn't believe. This, gaining free life every turn thanks to its own effect and giving itself lifelink, as well as just pecking that damage through a little at a time, was the definition of death by 1,000 paper cuts. Heron Blessed Geist. 4 and a white for a 3/3 spirit. Flying. 3 and a white, exile it from your graveyard to make 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying. Only activate if you control an enchantment, and only as a sorcery. So this was the set where white-green was really all about enchantments here. So you see a lot of synergy here with the ghosts doing that, and the spirits actually becoming enchantments with the Disturb mechanic as well. Witness the Future. 2 and a blue for a sorcery. Target player shuffles up to 4 target cards from their graveyard into the library. you look at the top 4 cards of your library, then put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom in a random order. Huh. I don't remember this card. A bit of filtering, a bit of recursion of sorts to put some stuff back in. Being sorcery speed means you can't get tricksy with this to stop something being recurred by your opponent. But hey, it was a graveyard set, so it was still sorcery speed answer to help a little bit with graveyard decks, maybe. Oh, first for discovery, 2 and a blue, instant. Draw 3 cards, then ditch 2 cards unless you get rid of a basic land. Yep, card is good. Card is good and is still seeing play. Yeah. And here I believe we've got our double face card. Soul Cipher Board. 1 in a blue for an artifact. Enters the battlefield with 3 omen counters. 1 in a blue. Tap it. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your graveyard. So kind of pseudo-surveil. Whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from anywhere, remove an omen counter. If it has no omen counters on it, transform it. And it becomes a 3/2 flying spirit who has the same basic effect, effectively. So, next up. Blood. Oh, here is our very relevant vampire. Blood Tithe Harvester. Black and a red for a 3/2 vampire. When it enters, make a blood token. Tap and sack the Harvester. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is twice the number of blood tokens. Yeah, this guy has been good. Blood tokens did find a way to live on and be relevant. Maybe a little more in the cards you really didn't expect it to go and work well with, and this guy was just right up there. And also just looked at the spirit and realized, whoops, different effect. 3/2 can block only creatures with flying. You pay 3 and a blue for the same effect, effectively, but drawing 2 cards, then discard a card. Not really, you're doing a bit more. We've got some more of the frame here. Skulking Killer, 3 and a black for a vampire assassin, 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -2 till end of turn, if that opponent controls no other creatures. Surprisingly, you could snipe someone a bit with this. And we have a rare, the Voldaren Estate. Tap and add colorless. Tap and pay a life, add 1 mana of any color only to cast a vampire spell. Or 5 and tap, create a blood token, which costs 1 less to activate for each vampire you control. I'm trying to think where this may have seen any use in Commander. Obviously, being a vampire tribal card, but I don't know how great it's been. I don't know if there's any lists that I remember specifically seeing this at all inside of them. So, Edgar Markov, Olivia, can't think of her. Oh well. Next up, we have Catapult Fodder. And this is the 2 and a black, 1/5 zombie. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures that each have toughness greater than their power, transform it into the 2/6. And that is the one that I can see we've got no list, but on the back here, we have Catapult Captain, 2/6, 2 and a black and tap it, sacrifice another creature. Opponent loses life equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness. I remember getting someone with there was a 4 and a black zombie, which was 1/13. So just living the best life of tapping this, sacrificing that zombie to do 13 life loss to their face is just a nice little reminder. It's never going to be a great card, but it's just a fun little card, and I love it. So yeah, that is today's card pack, which means we only have 1 day left in the calendar. I have no idea what we'll find. So, let's see tomorrow and let's find out. See you then.